Serving the refugees have been something in my heart since my childhood. My mom is a social worker, so growing up, I watched her serving orphanage from South Sudan, the kids that their parents died during the war, and I admired that about her. So I was hoping that I can find my calling, and I found it here in refugee services. The goal of refugee services is basically to save life. The refugees will come from their countries. The countries are destroyed by war. They have no hope.
We have some families that come where the mother is pregnant, father may not have a job, and we're trying to find housing for them.
We find them jobs. We enroll their kids in school. We give them family. We are the first people that they meet at the airport. So they build a lot of hope for their survival here in the U.S. on the refugee services. We work with the Department of Health and Human Services. We work with Refugee Development Center and a lot of community partners around the city. My team is very resilient. It's hardworking. We see the first of God in serving the refugees.
You know, if we don't do it, who will? We live comfortably, but the people that we work for do not. And you got to think of, you know, what happened if this was me? People are so overwhelmingly happy to have a place to call their own. They're happy to be able to have food on the table.
The refugees, when they come, they bring a lot. They bring a lot of skills, they bring a lot of experience, they bring a lot of love, they bring their own culture, they bring diversity, they bring livelihood to this community. So resettling refugees in these areas, in addition.
God calls us to help everyone, and I think it is up to us to help your brother and sister no matter what they're going through, where they are.
By welcoming refugee, it will show and say a lot about us, that we love people and we are a safe haven for everybody that is struggling, that they will find a hand that can support them.
We came together kind of later in life. We had both been married previously.
Prior to Jeff and I even knowing each other, I'd always thought it might be something I would want to do, foster or adopt.
I'm a single parent of 6 kids. 5 is adopted. I have a biological son who's 18, who just graduated from high school. Then I have the twin girls. They are 16. And then I have a 15-year-old, the 10 and 8-year-old. I had been praying and just asking God which direction He wanted my life to go in, because I had so much to give. And so my need to give back to community and society was to be a foster parent. Plus, it was also a part of my ministry.
My son, Zachary, he was in the military. He did pass away in 2019. That was like still the hardest part of my life.
Zach's bedroom was still untouched. Several months after he passed away, we had decided that it would be a better tribute to him to put that bedroom to use by fostering.
When we applied for our foster license, I was like, we want the teenagers, and they're like, what do you for us, teenagers? And we specifically said we want teenage boys, and I saw picture of Adam, and it was like instant, love at first sight kind of thing. It was like we knew he fit with us. So the day we got our license, we were on the phone calling her saying, hey, all right, tell us about Adam. About a month after that, we got a call asking if we could take in a boy for respite care. That was DJ. He got out of the car and I said, oh no, that boy is my boy as soon as he got out. So I was like, he's staying.
St. Vincent is phenomenal. They have been supportive. They have put resources in place. They have advocated for me, being able to identify the needs of what a parent needs and the need of what the child needs.
Our adoption worker, Nikki, was the first one I had contact with. I told Nikki so many times, we wouldn't have been able to get through it without you.
She was more like a friend than a worker.
I just have so much love for the kids, and they have so much love for me. And I mean, I get chills now when I think about it, because it was just like a hand inside of a glove.
There's no disguising that there's challenges that go along with it, but our house is definitely full of love.
Each one of them have their own different personalities, their own uniqueness.
It just feels like they were always meant to be here.
I've learned and I've grown so much from these kids as an individual, as a mom, as a Black woman, as a social worker.
I have so many people that will say, oh, those boys are lucky to have you, but we're lucky to have them. The love and the joy and the resiliency that we've seen in them is just, it's amazing how strong they are and how much they can recover from.
A lot of kids are just wanting to be loved and be in a family where they are loved and they're accepted.